Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT News. Day 1 of Masters Copenhagen is over. Some incredible results we're going to dive into today, but plenty of drama going on as well. Questions about Leo on the guild side, and whether there was anything suspect going on with his gameplay, and also Tarik revealing that he was on the Sentinels shortlist to actually join their team instead of Shroud, but effectively turned down the opportunity. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. Really up to the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that one. Let's crack on with things. First of all, wanted to mention this, of course, from the Valorant side. They do a nice little kind of promotional video right here for Masters. The OpTic guys trying to defend their crown, but yeah, it doesn't work out too well for them in yesterday's series. Now, this also is kind of interesting as well, because of course the champions, this is like, it goes to show to a degree what Riot are playing at, but also Ascend as an organization, because Ascend, of course, they're reigning world champions, the only ever world champions in the Valorant world. Their branding is terrible, right? ACEND. It makes it sound like it should be Ascend with an S in there. Like, it's a bit of a mess of a branding, to be honest. But still, you would expect Riot, when they produce their video, to actually get their world champions correct, because they put this kind of logo in their, well, video right there. This is the logo of Ascent Esports, pretty much a defunct team from quite a while ago, not the actual champions themselves, so they messed up pretty heavily on this one, to be honest. This is the prize pool, though, for Masters Copenhagen. 200k for the winner, 120k for second. Not too bad. Nothing special, really, given there's only 2 of these tournaments a year, but I suppose that the World Championship is what everyone wants to win at the end of the day. It's not always about the money as well. It's about, of course, winning the tournament and being crowned the best Valorant team in the world, at least as of the present time. Wanted to mention this actually as well, because we saw a few days ago that BCJ from xNed was definitely talking some trash on Stacks, really, and saying that he believes that BCJ and Crashies are by far the best players in their role in the entire game. And Stacks comes out and says, you know, like, who even is this guy? He literally just drops who even is this BCJ guy? I've never heard of him. He sounds like he should be, you know, a chicken joint or something like that. I thought it was pretty funny, but yeah, I'll share this on screen, I guess.
First of all, I don't even know who that is. Okay. When I first heard BCJ, I thought it was some kind of fried chicken company. And that kind of tells where we stand. Let's talk Masters then, right? 3 series yesterday, 2 that are going on today. DRX versus Northeption. Honestly, this was not even close, right? I thought DRX would win this one, but wow, they just dominated this series. I mean, like, already at 1-0 in the series at this point. Go to the bind and just completely smoke them off the face of the earth. 2-0 for DRX. Yeah, Northeption, of course, the Japanese champions, not the series they would want to see. Ascend goes 13-8, bind 13-1. Like, yeah, that's pretty brutal. This team firing on all cylinders. They're looking to kind of, well, take revenge for what happened last time to DRX, and of course I'm pretty sure they came top 6 last tourney and make a deeper run this time around. Then let's talk Loud versus Crew. I thought that Loud was going to win this one. I thought that they were marginally too good, but Crew esports, man, what is it with this team when they play Brazilian squads? Like, they honestly just turned up massively. Look at this ace as well here from cNed. Gets the first kill. Like, I mean, this is a beautiful round. There were many beautiful rounds just like this in this series from the Crew guys. Despite Loud going up 1-0 after the fracture, I thought probably at that point it was job done potentially, that we're going to close it out. But wow, honestly, Crew, man, what a round from cNed especially, and also what a performance from them. They just have the absolute ice when they play Brazilian teams, and then it goes to Icebox. It's 10-9 at this point in favor of Louds, but look at this. Well, it goes 10-10 at the end. Some massive rounds here again from all the guys on of course the Crew side. Gets the defuse in the end on 31 HP. They win the game. They win the series, and Crew have now defeated internationally Loud, NIP, Vivo Geed, Fury, and Sharks. The Brazilian Slayers have done it again, and Loud down in losers round 1 in that group, which is massive, especially in the context of what happened on the other side of the bracket to the OpTic team, that we shall see here in a second. But yeah, congratulations to Crew. Of course, far from guaranteed they're going to make it out of the group. It's a win 2 before you lose 2 situation if you want to get through to the playoffs. But yeah, Crew, man, they've done it again. Like, Loud play for like 2 months, not even losing a series, or not even losing a map, because they just dominate their region so hard, and then finally they play a good team from a similar region, and they kind of get caught off guard a little bit, right? So yes, Stacey, not a great series from him, all things considered. Fracture does go in their favor, but yeah, Haven 13-9 in favor of Crew, and then 13-10 on Icebox in the end. 6 rounds in a row on their defense. That was massive for them, and they put themselves in pretty much prime position to take it all the way through the group, because they play Guild next up, because Guild took down OpTic Gaming. This was a massive series again. Like, I thought Guild had a great chance in this one, right? And it's a weird thing with OpTic, because like, they do rely a lot on, firstly, Ye to turn up, which didn't happen yesterday at all. But that's the thing, if you're OpTic, everyone has been watching so much VOD of you. They know exactly
exactly what you do on so many different maps. They know, like, I'm sure they've kind of come up with ideas to counter your playstyles, and Ye individually just got so shut down in this series. It's not also Ye though, it's also Victor. I feel like when Victor, they kind of live and die to a degree on the success of Victor, because Ye's usually good for dropping good numbers. You kind of know what you're going to get from FNS, Marved, and Crashies generally, but if Victor's impactful, OpTic win. If he's not impactful, they generally lose, especially if Ye isn't having a great series. And that's exactly what happened right here. So they defended the throne, at least in the picture, but not in the match itself. Of course, like, things can still change around. This happened to OpTic last time when they lost in the very first round to Xerxia. They went on to win all their next matches and win the entire tournament, but it's going to be far from easy for them to do that. Both games as well, OpTic had a terrible start right here. Guild at this point, I mean, they move up with 7-1, Crashies with a massive 1v2 to even keep them alive, but they lose this game anyway, and then it goes to a completely absurd split. This is the thing, honestly, with split. They were moving this map from the map pool in favor of Pearl, and like, there's so many worse maps, I think, in the game. This map just delivers banger after banger. Look at this from FNS, right? I don't know what that spray transfer really was on the third guy, but FNS turned up massively, gets the 3 kills, gets the 4k as well, and keeps them alive. And I thought for sure at that point, when FNS got that ridiculous 4k in overtime to keep them alive here, and even like OpTic shouldn't have even probably gone to overtime. There was a few rounds that they threw away in the regular size. They went up 12-11, and I believe had a 5 versus 3 in the deciding round of regulation time, and then they lost that round, goes to overtime. There was another round that they should 100% have won in overtime as well, and well, it's Trex that makes a massive 3k here to keep the dream alive for Guilds. I mean, this was one of the rounds as well. I'm pretty sure this might have been one of the 5 versus 3s actually that I checked. Was mind-blowing the fact that they lost, because that should have been OpTic tying up the series and taking it to a third map, but not what happens though, and they managed to get out the Guild guys and take the series. Phenomenal performance from them, and as FNS says, lost our opener to Guild. GG, well played. Hopefully people start putting some respect on their name now onto lowers. So yeah, Guilds, certainly a fantastic team. NA versus EU, again, nearest airport, you know the vibes. And we'll do some more reaction to this here in a second, but firstly, there was some interesting stuff going on with regard to Leo, of course, on the other side. Pretty sure I saw an interesting stat where when FNS played his first LAN event, Leo was like 9 years old or something. But yeah, here he is in Valorant. Now, there was some talk in kind of, well, Tarik's chat especially, on some dodgy stuff potentially going on with Leo, right? I don't think there's anything in this, but I'll share the clip to you guys. Freakazoid says, bro, this guy's legit lowering audio to hear the other team. The idea being that when Leo dies in game, he brings up his menu and lowers his audio. With that, I'm pretty sure the idea is to hear his teammates more clearly. Like, you don't need the audio on maximum in the game when you're actually dead, right? You can just listen to your teammates. Now, the theory was that the reason why he was doing this was to hear the communication of the other team on the other side of the room. Turn your audio down so that you can hear OpTic on the other side of the station, what they're saying, and therefore relay that to your team. Interesting idea. I don't really buy this as the case, to be honest, but Freakazoid reckons there's something going on here, something dodgy going on, and even kind of Tarik thought that maybe something was happening here as well. So I'll share the clips for you guys, but also after I share those particular clips, I'll share the one of where Tarik talks about the Sentinels situation and the fact that they kind of had him on their shortlist to join Sentinels, but he effectively said, look, it's not going to happen. I want to focus on the streaming stuff for now, maybe another time.
You know, it's like, and then someone picked like something else, then maybe you have like merit.
Well, yo, I think Leo's hacking.
Oh, wait. This one? No, wait, what? He insta lowers some volume to calm or something. If we do see Guild
wait, maybe he does. Maybe he lowers his volume to calm?
Oh, no.
It would be like something you've never had of Jordan.
For engagement. This was the blind kill I was talking about here, which was, yeah.
So I think I was on the list of people that Sentinels was considering, but I wasn't really interested, nor do I think I will be, at least for the near future, because you have to, if you're not committed in practicing, or if you're not actually gonna like do it the right way, then I feel like it's not worth it. And I feel like right now my focus is my stream, so I don't think I would do it. Like, especially if it was like practicing and all that stuff.
It's just crazy. DRX never exposed themselves in the early rounds. It just, I don't know. I'm saying yes, they need to put.
I mean, it would be cool, but just not at the moment. So I feel like for Shroud, it's perfect because like.
Again, it's not one of the teams
he probably has a competitive itch. He hasn't competed in some time now, and obviously he's already cemented himself in terms of his stream and everything. So.
The entire time, I don't feel as though they've been
and I think that actually, I think he's going to play well too. I don't know how well they'll do in terms of their placements, but
Michael just missed the timing on
I think that he'll actually play pretty well.
It's not really Played a factor too much in some of these rounds. And
so I'll also share that clip there if you guys didn't know exactly what that was. That's just from Leo's stream, right, where you can see when he dies, he does like to turn down his volume. That's just kind of what he does online, on LAN. It doesn't really matter. So I don't think there was anything in this, right? And the seal says there's no way you're hearing IRL comms by turning it down in game. Let's be real. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I think Steel's going to deny that there's any cheating accusations going on here, right? But an interesting idea, like if that was the case that Leo was trying to turn down his comms or turn down his in-game audio to hear the other team's communication, but I really don't think that was the plan, and he seemed to do this on stream anyway. But of course, the whole Sentinels discussion, right, because they needed a 5th player, Shroud's going to be the guy. I think Tarik makes some interesting points, really, the fact that Shroud pretty much, like, he's locked down his cash, right? Shroud's minted, he's good, like, he's set for life, effectively, after the mixer stuff and everything. Whereas Tarik right now is just, you know, he's still building his brand and still building his stream and making an immense amount of money, of course, on stream, but, you know, why would he kind of step away from that? Whereas Shroud probably has more of a competitive edge. So Tarik, of course, like, also former professional player, certainly, I think, could step into a team and do a decent job. But again, I kind of think it does just go to show what Sentinels were thinking here when they were trying to bring on a player, right? They weren't necessarily thinking, okay, who's the best fit for our team in terms of the roles. They were thinking, okay, who's a player with potentially massive clout we can get on the team? Let's speak to Tarik, let's speak to Shroud, see what we can make happen. And of course, Tarik eventually declines the offer, right? But it's interesting that he kind of knew he was on the shortlist. Like, obviously, they talked to him and said, okay, but we're potentially interested in you joining our roster. What do you think? And effectively, maybe not giving him an offer, but kind of like open the conversation there, because otherwise Tarik wouldn't necessarily have known the day he was in consideration for being a player to join their team as their 5th player. Of course, Shroud in a similar spot. I'm guessing, like, effectively, Tarik kind of said, yeah, no, maybe not right now, turned down their offer effectively, maybe not like an official offer, but he goes, know what I'm getting at, and then Shroud joins the team anyway. So interesting that Sentinels were doing this, just kind of goes to show partly their motivation here, but Tarik still seems to be kind of confident that Shroud can do a stellar job in this lineup going into the last chance qualifier. Chet's not the happiest man in the world as well, of course, the coach of this OpTic team, getting it, you know, rather frustrated they did this again. I'm pretty sure he tweeted this out in Masters 1, maybe, that they won after they lost to Xerxia, and still they went on to win the entire thing. That is the thing. Also, this from FNS was kind of spicy. These fans actually think I care about NA versus EU. Screw regions. Every team here is good and earn their spots. Basement dwellers. So it's quite the statement really from FNS, actually saying that this whole NA versus EU rivalry is really irrelevant, and it's more about just who's the best team on the day. But OpTic, of course, have a very hard road ahead of them now, especially because they're dropping down to losers, where they shall play a rematch of the grand finals of Masters 1. Kind of incredible. Now, look, the last time OpTic lost their first match, they, of course, went on to win the entire tournament, but it's going to be far from easier. Look at these stats right here. Guild 2-0 on the day. Marved +9. Everyone else negative. Look at this series from Yay. How often do you see this? Like, you've got to give credit to Guild shutting him down, but at Yay, you'd think a player of his caliber would have been able to adapt and play better than he did. 25 in 41. That's mind-blowing, to be honest, from Yay. You barely ever see that. Trex, Leo, Coldamenta. Honestly, all the guys on Guild had their moments here. Icebox 13-11. Split 16-14 in the end. Like, look, it wasn't a walkover series by any means, but it certainly puts OpTic massively on the back foot, and this is what their group looks like now. So they have a rematch tomorrow, OpTic versus Laos. Rematch of the grand finals for Masters 1. The loser of that series goes out of the tourney. So I think you've got to favour OpTic just because they beat them last time out, but I mean, look, I don't really know what's going to happen anymore. That's incredible that that's a losers round 1 game, and one of these teams is eliminated top 12. One of Guild and Crew, of course, will be through automatically when they play today, and then there's also another game going on, FPX versus Xerxia. We'll see how FPX, of course, get on with their not full strength lineup, and Northeption awaiting the loser of that one. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Viewership was already looking rather good as well for just day 1 of the tournament. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.